Yo, what's good guys? Today I've got quite a special video planned, so I'm gonna teach you how to superglide, right? So no problems if you're not being able to superglide or you're not too consistent with it at the moment, and I'm gonna show you how to get the best consistency at just superglides in general. So all the different superglides like directional, lurches, or those are directional, backwards, just any superglide in general. So that's on the firing range. So I'll teach you all these tactics I use for getting the best consistency with superglides. It has taken a while, so not too consistent with it yet, but I have been learning how to superglide. So I'm just gonna get some guns because I just prefer it when I've got some guns in my hand. So I like to do C and space as my inputs. So they're very close together. You can see on the keyboard, they're very close together. So it's quite easy for me to hit them. So I can just superglide as I would if I were consistent. If I stim, it's usually, yeah, I'm so much more consistent when I stim. But yeah, so I'm going to teach you how to do all these different types of superglides, and you'll be good at it in no time. I'm going to go into the software that I use, so my keyboard software, which is the utility software. So I've got a luxckzy. This is definitely by far the best keyboard for Apex because it's like actuation. So let's go into the software. So here we are in utility. So go to utility. This is my keyboard, right? So it has a bunch of different profiles I made, so you can rename it. So I'm going to rename this Apex. There you go, just renamed it. This is my keyboard. I like the design. It's nice and purple. Just prefer it. And you go to performance down here. You have all these different options. Rapid trigger it just makes it so much more responsive. So say you went to go press down on the key, it will deactivate when you slightly come off of the key, and you can push it down without even taking your whole finger off the key. So it depends what actuation you got on each key. So for me, I have one on every single key, I'm pretty sure, and just when you see these numbers next to them, that means it's just a different actuation. Then take your mode just optimizes keyboard for input speed. It says right there if you want to read that. Without, you can see it's -1 and then -2, so it just makes it more responsive. Then I have this at the lower, so even more responsive. And then see if you have different keys for your superglide. So say you had spacebar V, which is a very common one as well. You would just go to set per actuation, press on the key you want, and change its actuation. So say I wanted mine on 0.6, it'll come up with 0.6. So I'm gonna change back to usual. Let's just back to usual. So I want 0.3 for every single one, as you saw there. And then I got my move is on a 0.1. That's the best actuation you can get. L win, so it's the Windows key, just in case I just tab out or press Windows by accident, it will make it less likely. Now for the most important bit, the spacebar and the crouch itself, which is C. So usually you want your spacebar to be a better actuation, a lower actuation, because you want to always press your spacebar for your crouch just slightly, 1 frame difference. That's probably why you have a lot of trouble, because you have to get that 1 frame difference. Everyone's saying it's at the same time, it's not. It's 1 frame difference, okay? So if you can, change your actuation. So I have 1.6 on my spacebar and 2.0, so just 2 on my crouch. Once that's done, save the keyboard, and you're done. Next is really to do with the timings. So the timings are very, very hard. This is the hardest bit of the whole video right now. So you can have a lot of things to help with this, with these superglides, you can have so many things to help. So what helps me is the shake at the top of your screen. So if you're at the top of the screen, top left to top right, it will shake. As soon as that shake is coming to a stop, you want to input your space and crouch. As soon as that is finished, I know I can't do it, but there, I just did it because I was looking at the top. Just look at the top and you'll be able to do it. So now you've got the timing down using the shake. You can also use sound. Now the sound, when you can hear the mantle sound where you're going up a block. So listen for this. So just that little sounds like clothes dropping on something. It's very hard to hear, but it is there in the background, and you go to notice it. Not the loud sound, the very quiet sound in the background. Now, that sound is the perfect time to put in your space and crouch. If you prefer that, do that. If you prefer the sound to the shake, then use that. But the only downside to it is really, if you're in a fight, you're not going to be able to hear anything. You'll be able to hear all the gunshots, everything else, but definitely not all the superglide sound. Next is something called directional superglides. So these are normal superglides, but made directional. So you can change direction mid-air superglide. So if you look at the keys, say I want to superglide normally, I do both at the same time like that. But if I want to add a directional or a direction with the superglide, what I like to do, or what you have to do, is superglide normally, but if you want to go forwards and then left or right, just press D and scroll up. The scroll up, I've shown you in recent videos, should be bound to move forward. This is for your strafe, so if you know how to strafe, I taught you in the video, you just go to one side like that, which is very, very good. Now, all you have to do is import your strafes into your superglides. That's all it is. So you're just going for a normal superglide, but you're adding a strafe into it. So say I wanted to go left, I would go W with my superglide bind. I would go forward with my W and import my superglide binds, which is C in space. After that, I'll press A and scroll forwards. You don't really have to look there. If you want to, you can, but I don't really do it because you can still do it without it. Here again, superglide side like that. Okay. So look at my keys. I'm just going forward, pressing superglide and pressing A and scroll up for your strafe. Do not press anything else, otherwise it won't work. Another thing you can do with superglides is a side-to-side superglide. So this is another directional one, but even harder. So to do it, you want to, instead of pressing W to do your superglide, you want to do A instead, or D, depending what direction. So you would do superglide and then A, superglide and A, like that. Okay, and then after you've done that, you want to press D straight after when scrolling up, and that will create the zigzag or the side-to-side motion. So I'll show you here. That was a directional superglide. So as you saw there, I went side to side like that. But there you saw me go side to side, side to side. It's just a matter of practice really. Sorry it was a bit of a long one, but it needed to be done because superglides are definitely one of the most complicated things to do in this game. That and lux strafing and neo strafing. Don't know how to do those yet. I'm sort of doing them right now, but not completely correct. So, thank you for watching my video. It means a lot. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and of course leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.